We're back with another episode of Stream of Thought on episode number 39 today, and we begin by talking about there were a lot of very interesting things that happened in my day, just peculiar things that made me think and reflect, including seeing our local lovely neighborhood mailman, Jim, and what it means to be a staple of the community. And then we talk a little bit about a retry at live streaming, but before that, a trip to Fry's, the electronic megastore of the gods.
Yeah. And after which we kind of discussed nuances of working in retail and just the exposure of how just kind of common sense is not so common. I actually go on a rant. I go on a mild rant. It's enjoyable.
Yeah. Are you the employee or are you the customer?
Because
I think that'll depend on where you fall on this argument.
Well, just listen. You'll have to listen.
And then we actually do touch on a little bit Halloween. We had mentioned our spooky special from last episode, but we're back on it.
Favorite candies,
man.
Favorite candies. How annoying it is that on November 1st you already have Christmas decorations up, and a little bit of just the American culture in general from October through December. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, pros and cons.
Good or bad? It's up to you.
Up to you. Episode number 39, Stream of Thought. Here we go! We hope you enjoy. So you said you had an interesting day today, and that doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't. Starting with yesterday, I guess, things were kind of all over the place. My sister got in a car accident.
Really?
Yeah, someone rear-ended her.
That's like a fender bender.
Their car wasn't looking pretty nice afterwards. The whole front was smushed.
And I remember in driver's ed, they're like, if people really want to get all politically correct and all that other bullshit, it's a collision because accidents can be prevented. That's a textbook answer.
That sounds like a neurotic teacher response.
No, but go ahead.
But she's okay. Just a little bit of whiplash, I think, but still.
She doesn't have a headrest?
A headrest?
Yeah. So you said whiplash, right? When your head goes back, but if you get rear-ended and you have a headrest against your head, then...
I mean, you're sore, though, because your body jolts.
Okay.
You've got the seatbelt and all that.
Got it, okay.
It's sort of inevitable. But... So, yeah, we'll see how that ends up going. But, yeah, it was just... Today was filled with all sorts of just random things that were just unusual. For example, I ended up biking over to Ray's we were going to film a live stream today, which is... I mean, funny in itself, just considering the last couple of tries that we've attempted. But I end up biking down Western, and I see our mailman, Jim, and he's delivering a package, and he's like, oh, hey, good morning. And I'm like, morning, Jim. And he was like surprised that I knew his name. I mean, he's sort of the friendly neighborhood mailman.
Yeah.
So everyone.
But he knows that people only know him as the friendly neighborhood mailman, or do people?
No, people have conversations with him.
But I'm saying, like, do people have conversations with him knowing that his name is Jim? Like, he's okay.
He's like a staple of the community.
Okay, got it.
Everyone knows Jim the mailman.
Okay.
So. But you could just tell that he was sort of, he saw some just random person passing on the bike who was like, hey, Jim. And you could tell that he was just, in his response, he was like both surprised and delighted that somebody sort of just in passing was just like, hey, Jim, what's up?
Okay.
As he was going along his route because he wasn't anywhere
You
near
didn't
our
stop
house.
to talk to him? You just rode by and was like, hey?
He was walking up to the house
to
deliver a package and ring the doorbell. So, yeah. But a lot of people would have stopped and just had a conversation with him. And he's the kind of person who will take 10 to 15 minutes just to chat. And always on time. I mean, and I was just thinking to myself, if there was one person who I'd want to be neighbors with in retirement, it would have to be a former mailman. Because there's a person right there who knows responsibility and accountability. Because you think about it, they are probably some of the most dedicated employees out there in just getting their job done. And it's like for Jim, he's got to be in his late 60s and he's still doing mail, and he'll do it until he can't physically do it anymore because it's just part of his blood and nature. And it's so crazy to think about that for him. I mean, he's been doing this route for, I don't know, 20, 25 years.
Wow.
Maybe longer. And so just for him, it's just part of his blood.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is his purpose in life, to serve the community in this particular way. Because really, He is the messenger, so to speak, and he takes pride in that, and you see that in just his work ethic and his continue. And so I just think about that. You know how crazy it is, these sort of civil servants that we don't even notice on a daily basis, especially good post people who just it's duty. They don't they don't brag about it. They don't expect awards or accolades, but they know how important it is, and so it is always done no matter what.
We had a mailman when I was growing up, Jim Bowler was his name, and he would, same thing, would always talk to everybody in the neighborhood and, hey, kiddies, how you doing? And I remember one time he gave us like a Howdy Doody VHS tape. You know what Howdy Doody is? It's Howdy Doody time. It's Howdy Doody. No. Yeah, it's like a puppet, like a.
I knew it was a talking puppet. I just didn't know the context.
And he passed away several years ago. But yeah, he was like the neighborhood mailman. Jim walks up to deliver mail. Oh, hey guys, Jim's here. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really always fun talking to him. Now it's like I don't know who the fuck delivers my mail. I see him, but I don't give it. I don't care to talk to them, and they just want to deliver the mail. But it's not that. There's no sense of community.
Well, there's no sense of ownership too. I mean, you don't like own your own. I feel like if you owned your own house with your own mailbox, you would care who the mail person is, or you would at least try to like introduce yourself if it was the same person. I don't know. That's, I guess, the approach that I would take. I don't know if you.
I suppose it's two-sided also. Like the mailman has to have a genuine interest in meeting people
and do their job and get it done with. Just, no talk, no.
When I was living in Chicago, the mail people, like, I was like, who the fuck are you? Because they're wearing normal clothes. They didn't have a uniform.
Really?
I've seen some people deliver mail in completely normal clothes.
Oh, wow.
Like, you guys, like, U.S. Post Service so broke that you can't get like, I know some places you buy your uniform, but I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's unusual.
It's like a government job. Why aren't you wearing a uniform? Like, I thought those are required.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought that was like,
you know what I want
code
for a mailman? I want a mailman so legit. I tell him like, hey mailman, it'd be really cool if you just don't even bother giving me junk mail. Anything that says current resident or has my name on it that looks like it's just junk mail.
They're legally required to, though.
I don't care. I'm giving them permission to not give me anything. It'll turn into that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer goes to the post office and refuses to have mail sent to him.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, what do we do then? I don't care. Just don't. I don't want any mail anymore. I don't care.
Just make it happen, right? And, well, because that's the other thing, too, is when I've told other people my positive mailman experiences, because, I mean, really, he's the only, like, our family's known that Jim for our whole lives kind of thing. And I don't hear a lot of positive reviews about mailmen around here, or mailwomen around here. There's a lot of negative things about people delivering mail to the wrong address consistently, showing up, missing days, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And I think to myself, wow, that could really taint your experience and put you in a negative mindset about how, mailmen are crappy, whereas I think mailmen are awesome.
Yeah.
The backbone of the community.
I always thought it was really cool that they got to drive on the opposite side of their vehicle when driving around. That was really cool when I was a kid. I thought it was super neat.
Well, we always give Jim, I think it's a Christmas gift, like gift card or something like that, some cash.
So what else happened in your morning? You saw Jim?
Yeah, so on the way to
the live stream.
Go do the live stream with Ray. He actually wanted to go pick up like a GoPro type web camera, like a YouTube streaming web camera. So I don't know what specific type that he's actually looking for.
Yeah.
Because it's this. I mean, he says it's this camera that can attach to a computer and can do this really, do what we need it to, because we've been having trouble with live streams before. Recap. Sort of, it's been a failure up to this point as it actually trying to make it consistently work. So he's like, do you want to go to Fry's and we'll pick up something? And so I'm like, sure. I always pass Fry's on my way to.
You've never been inside though?
But I've never been inside.
Tell me what you thought when you walked inside.
Dude, like, he's like, you're going to be blown away. This is going to be something that is unlike anything. And he's describing, I'm like, okay, like I've seen warehouses full of stuff before.
You're
I
insane.
walk in, and I just involuntarily start to smile. Like this, like
This place
grin,
is
just like
fucking
I'm filled with
huge.
this this childhood joy that I just can't like contain. I'm like, and then I start laughing. He's like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "Because I couldn't help myself from smiling when I walked in."
Right?
I was like, "I'm not going to be impressed. I'm not. I sort of.
It's just a store.
You can't raise my expectations and make me think this is going to be better than cream cheese.
If you're into
And it's
like video or tech, any type of stuff that like,
but I walked in there. I'm just like,
you walk in and what you feel is the
yes,
right?
yes, the sound of the heavenly angels.
Yeah, and there's
ringing
like
all
this
around.
lights and angels flying around. Yeah,
And the
dude,
way
it's huge.
and it's not your typical warehouse, man. Like I was expecting just a very drab kind of store, like storage type of location. But it is well decorated.
It's super well organized.
They have a restaurant
they got a
hub
little
in the center of the place, which is just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it is
their
just
their
gorgeous.
checkout lanes are on point. Super efficient.
Super efficient. I mean, this whole thing. I am looking around, and it's like everything that you could possibly need electronically. Yes, you could totally find here. I mean, it was just the only thing we weren't able to find. And I guess it's because it's a specialty item. But do you know what a lapel mic is?
Yeah.
It's one of those mics that go on your shirt.
Right.
And we use them. I mean, I use them in ministry. Like when we preached, we always use lapel mics. And we always call them lapel mics, but I guess they're called something different.
Called like it starts with the letter L. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a lavalier.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, lavalier.
So that was the term that our music director, who was like a tech savvy type person, always called it like a lavalier or something like that.
I knew it started with the L, and in my head I was thinking like like snuffleupagus, or like some goofy ass word with a lot of syllables, lophagus or something. But I knew it was something goofy.
I'm just taking this all in, and it's just. I mean, it was a truly unique experience.
The first time I went there, I was at the Danny, like 2009. We roll up, and I'm like, damn, this place is legit. And I left my keys like on a console where we were playing a video game or something like that. And then I walked back. I forgot them. I walked back, and they weren't there. And I go to like the desk or something. I'm like, hey, I left my keys around here. Like, did you guys pick them up or something? And they're like, actually, yeah, we have some keys. What do they look like? They're the one that says Victor's keys on them. And sure enough, there's my keychain that says Victor's keys. Like, give me my fucking keys. It's not like this is a cell phone. Just lift them up, and I can tell you if that's mine or not.
Yeah, but they don't want you to like take someone else's keys.
Yeah, but it was funny though. Like, which ones are they? The one that say my name. That's the one.
It's a
that
security precaution. Just calm down.
But
yeah, but. I'm not normally one to say you need to go check out this store, but this would be one of those locations. I don't know where it's located. It's on Finley.
Yeah, Finley and Butterfield.
Butterfield, right by the expressway. Yeah. It is just it's an experience.
It's great. Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up we were there for probably a good over an hour.
Wow.
I know.
What?
I mean, because we're like, there's so many toys here that we can just. We could make our YouTube channel so tech-like.
That's where I got this case for my computer. $15.
No way.
Yeah.
They have good prices too.
Yeah.
Because Ray was looking for earphones, and I'm like, we should totally get a drone. But we ended up getting a web camera, and.
So what happens then with the so you're at Fry's, you leave Fry's, then what happens next?
So we get back, and me personally, I'm to that point where I'm thinking. Is it really worth it? We've sort of screwed up, I think, like 3 times now. I mean, we've tried, is it 2 or 3 times? I can't remember. But
you've tried enough times to ask yourself, is it really worth pursuing again?
Is it really worth pursuing it? Because what happens is, as we're trying to figure out how to go live, inevitably, either Ray or myself will accidentally start streaming, realize we're streaming, click out of it.
Everything up.
And so everyone gets a notification that we just posted a video. Close to 2,000 people now suddenly get notifications that we posted this like 5-second video, and unfortunately that's like our notification for the day or whatever. Like they don't get then notified that we posted an actual video later on in the day because they got a previous because that's not how YouTube works. And so unfortunately that happened again today, where I noticed at Ray had called or texted me at 9:30 or something like that. I look on our YouTube channel, I see, oh fuck, there's this live stream video that was posted. It was only 4 seconds, and I'm like, shit. All right, so he's been playing around trying to do live stream, and then another hour later, there's another live stream, and so we're back to the same thing. But the positive thing is that we were having issues with Wi-Fi and connectivity and figuring out whatever. Now we have this awesome camera that is specifically designed for YouTube creators, just to hook it into your computer. He downloaded the right software. Woohoo! The OBS that I was talking about. He did the research. He's like, oh, I think I needed an OBS system. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything because now you know. Now we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You know what needs to be known, and we can communicate about that. And so he had the OBS system, which was all we needed to run an effective live stream. So we just plugged in the camera, turned on the OBS, logged into YouTube, streamed. It was perfect.
That's great.
It was a great experience. He ended up talking for like 12 minutes. I think only 1 or 2 people ended up commenting on the chat on the side, and we only had maybe half a dozen people actually watching at any given time. But the experience of it actually working, I'm just like, I think we've worked out all the flaws now. Now we can move forward, and actually I see some possible hope that we can make this work. So that was a really rewarding experience. I'm like, I was not holding out much hope for the continuation of this, because I'm like, I'm starting to get irritated at the notifications we're sending out to our subscribers that Drywall Doctor's live. The Drywall Doctor's live. The Drywall we're not live. We're just making a mistake. And it's like, once we get it down to there's an actual date and time that we have set aside when we're going to live stream, and then we actually live stream on that live stream that we've set up, then we'll be like rocking and rolling. That's the next step. So, but the thing that I was reflecting on was just the gradual progression, and the fact that if you just are persistent about something enough and are patient enough to like accept defeat after defeat after defeat, but just keep trying something new. Be like, this works, this doesn't work. You know, what are the main problems? Because I think both Ray and I were in agreement that the camera quality was crap. We didn't want to do something.
How much was this camera with the
$100.
system? Okay.
And so the great part is our channel has made enough to pay for that this month. So basically, instead of us getting, sort of paying ourselves, we're reinvesting in equipment now, which, hell, absolutely. I mean, I'm excited about that. I think that's a great thing, but just it's awesome to see. It's awesome to see a plan come together.
That's
as
pretty funny.
As they say, that pretty much sums it up. But
that's great.
Yeah, man.
Just to switch things up, I was working the other day, and just to kind of lay the foundation for just like the dumb shit. People are just so stupid about dumb shit. Like this guy, he wasn't super pissed about it, but he was like, "Hey, like, you overcharged me." Okay, I didn't overcharge you. There must be an error in the computer, or you saw a different sign and you read it for a different product or something. And he said, "The can of mushrooms are supposed to be 49 cents. You charged me 55 cents for these two." Are you fucking kidding me? You're using the word overcharged over a matter of 12 cents for these 2 cans. 6 cents. Your mom does that? 6 cents each. The 30 seconds that you spent talking to me about this is worth more than the 12 cents that you're asking about. So I gave him the money. He's like, "Oh, okay, man, thank you very much." I'm like, "That's fine, thanks." But when that stuff happens to me, it's not worth my time to go back and spend 30 seconds to a minute to recoup,
Doesn't cost you anything.
A nickel.
It doesn't cost you anything. It's part of your job.
No, I'm saying if I'm a customer, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm just walking.
You're putting yourself in their position.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if I'm a customer, I'm just like, whatever, I don't care.
Well, yeah, it's cost benefit analysis. The time and energy, gas money that it'll take you to. I don't know. Had he left the store, or did he?
No, he was at the counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he
just
ended up,
turned around.
the time and energy of like. Well, yeah. Was that all he had bought? It was.
No, it was like a bunch of other stuff.
So,
but I think the thing that
total was.
I think the thing that made me just roll my eyes wasn't the fact that it. I think it was just like, hey, I was overcharged. Like, you're using that word pretty fucking loosely. Overcharged. 12 cents.
Well, you said that he framed it like you overcharged me. Like it was your fault that you intentionally were like, I'm going to make it pay an extra 6 cents.
Yeah, no, it's like, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not getting up to check the price because people always read the wrong shit.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure that he was wrong.
And people too, like the grapes now, instead of being like $2 for a bag of grapes, it's now like $2 per pound. So like a bag would be like $5 or $6. And like, what? No. Oh, and the thing that really riles me up is like, oh, that's so wrong. No, it's not. It's supply and demand. Like this is the price. Like if you're not comfortable paying this, you don't buy it.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is. Sometimes things are expensive, sometimes things are not, and sometimes they're a fair price. Mm-hmm. So if something's over the top and you disagree with that, well, I'm sorry, but that's the way the fucking market works right now. But also, I went over to the cooler to see just. There's a giant red fucking circle that says now by the pound. Yeah. Like you can't miss it. If you're looking at the price to see how much they cost, there's no way you can miss that. Somehow, when people are shopping, there's this weird part of their brain that just completely dismisses any pertinent information that they may use towards their purchase, such as that thing. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my gosh, just the complete lack of awareness that people have for their environment.
And I think on that line, when I worked at Target, the thing that stuck out to me about those encounters was how certain these customers were. They are 100% sure that they are right. Oh, like this is supposed to be 49 cents. Like you charge me 55 cents. No, I know I'm right. Can we get a price check? It's like, I'm reading here 55 cents. And they're just like, well, that can't be. That's not what I saw. And it's like, well, then you fucking didn't see right.
Yeah, or like when I've had customers ask me about something like, hey, do you have this, this product? No, we don't have it anymore. It's like, no, I know you guys have it. You for sure have it. Like, I'm like, well, it sounds familiar, but I mean, we don't. No, I bought it from here. Well, how long did you buy it ago? Oh, this was 9 or 10 months ago. Yeah, lady, you have like 10 months ago. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? Another time, like a product will be so certain, like describe something to me, and they're like, we definitely bought it here. It's definitely sold here. Same concept, but a little bit similar. Like, it's definitely from here for sure. You've had it, you sell it all the time. Lady, like, I've been here for over a year. We've never fucking had that thing in our store. I don't know what you're talking about. Or the same thing, too, like returning something like, no, I bought it here. No, you fucking didn't, because this is a name brand that's not sold at this store. You bought this at Jewel or Walmart or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is that where I bought it from? You're right. Whatever. Next.
And and the other thing is the coupon thing of them either not thinking something's on sale or not knowing that the coupons expire. That's probably the biggest thing. It's like, no, I'm certain this coupon's still good. It's like, it says right down here it expired 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing trying to use it?
Or when
right
people
now?
return shit that like,
how could I have missed that? Like,
every once in a while, it's very rare. People will return something. It's like, I'd like to make a return. What the fuck is this? And it's like something that we sold one time like 3 years ago, and it's clearly been used, and they're returning it because it's broken, and they don't have a receipt. And it's like, I'd like to return this. You can't return this. Like, I can't. Okay, well, maybe, like, is there a manager available? No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Like, we're not returning this. Okay, well, maybe I can just talk to your manager. Fine, you want to talk to the fucking manager? Like, that's fine. Okay. Joe or Sandra or whoever, like, someone come over. Same thing. Like, no, I'm sorry, we can't return this. Okay, well, like, maybe there's something we can... No, you're not fucking listening. Like, we're not returning the product. There's nothing we can do. You need to just... No, it's not happening.
Yeah. It's just so fascinating. I think it gives you a real insight, though, into some of the daily processes that people's minds go through. It's just, they don't even think about this stuff. They're literally, if they sort of objectively step back and realize what they were doing, they'd be like, holy crap, I've become the monster. Well, but no, it's just part of their daily habit, and so they don't even think about it.
The one thing there was this old man the other day who was complaining because he's, oh, you guys are always changing things around. I never can find where anything is. This is ridiculous. The other day I finally figure out where like things are, and then you just move things around again. And he's like getting all worked up about it, and And I thought I didn't talk to him, but I thought to myself like, dude, if you can't fucking adapt to change, like you need to just roll over and die. Like, I'm sorry, but when things cannot adapt to change, you fucking go extinct. Like, deal with it. Learn to adapt.
Yeah.
Sorry that the apples are 3 feet away from where they used to be. I'm sorry. Like I didn't make up the plan for the layout of the store. So just get used to it.
Yeah. Change is inevitable.
Another thing too is like when they have their credit card. And, is this the chip? No, you got to swipe. Okay, they swipe, and then before that, they're inserting it to use the chip. And I got to the point where I don't even say anything because it's just so fucking exhausting to correct everybody all the time.
So you guys don't have the chip?
No, we don't. There's a big fucking sign that says, "Please swipe in the spot where you would put the chip." So it's like you have this sign that's preventing you from inserting a credit card into where the chip is, but you're still jamming this thing into this object. It says please swipe. It's right in front of you, and it says please swipe. Why are you trying to insert this credit card into this hole that is clearly being blocked by a sign with big-ass fucking letters on it that says please swipe?
That is awesome.
Gosh.
That is
fucking
delightful.
people.
I know.
My mom the other day was like, I was at the store, and I was one of those people, and my brother and I are just like rolling our eyes like, what the hell? You bring dishonor to the family.
You bring dishonor to the family. Oh, I love it, man. That is great.
Oh my goodness.
It's so true, though. I mean, really, it just shows that we're on auto cruise. We don't think.
Well,
about
here's the
this
thing,
stuff.
though, too. People are like, people sometimes ask me like, "Do you know how much this is?" And sometimes I know that's about 5% of the time. Lady, there are a few thousand products in this store. And you think I know the price of every one of them? That's like a minor thing. But the other thing that really gets me going is when I'm scanning items. Oh wait, that's not mine. Well then, why the fuck didn't you put a divider down? Because I'm in autopilot right now.
Yeah.
I'm just going as fast as I can, and it is equal responsibility for the person whose items are being rung up. They share responsibility with the individual behind them who is putting their items on to the thing.
Okay. Totally.
One of you motherfuckers has to put the plastic bar down because I'm not paying attention.
Yep.
And the whole thing where you just you have an item and then you leave 12 inches of space, that doesn't fucking work because I'm not paying attention. Because I'm just going. Some people put things on the belt tight. Some people put things on loosely.
Now, do you guys stock your dividers properly?
There's like 5 of them.
Okay, so as long as there's never an, because
thing.
it's like for me, I go to so many places where they don't have dividers, and it's like, what the fuck?
If I don't have dividers, I make sure I have dividers.
Yeah.
We used to have 3, and now we start carrying 5, but I always would make sure I have 3. 3 is good for our store.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I think that's a valid. Yeah, you need to. The customer needs to have the responsibility of putting the divider up.
Another time too, this senile woman is bitching about the way that I'm putting, because the underlying concept is, the idea is just be as fast as you can. So when stuff is going in the cart, like, we're not organizing it. That is your job. Your job is
you work at Aldi, right?
Yeah.
So it's sort of just like the bare basics. It's
yes,
like
the bare basics. So I'm not bagging. If they're like, oh, you can put it in the bag. No, I can't because it takes up time. I'm not doing that. I'm just throwing it's going all in the cart. And I keep my left hand out here, so I just swipe it. It hits my hand, and I kind of let it go into the cart. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing this. I'm just like, I'm not organizing it. I'm just going. I got one speed. Go. You know what I'm saying?
Is that like company policy?
Yeah.
Okay.
They teach you how to do it as quickly as possible. And they tell you, do not take the time. If it's an old person...
Oh, they tell you,
if it's an old, frail person,
yeah.
But no, you are not responsible for taking items and putting it in the bag. If someone asks you to do it, I mean, you could,
But you're told it's generally discouraged.
Yeah,
interesting.
So,
okay.
So you just,
wow.
and you don't,
okay.
and the bare minimum I do is I make sure chips and bread don't get crushed. Everything else I don't give a fuck about. And if you give me your chips and bread first and you got a bunch of cans afterwards, like, hello, let's think about this for a moment. So anyway, like the cans make a noise when they hit the cart, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not slamming these things into the cart. It just makes a noise that drops from my hand about 6 inches above the cart.
Yeah.
But for this old, frail, senile woman, it's got to be like the loudest noise she's ever heard. You're gonna dent the cans, it's like the biggest deal. Like, I'm gonna damage the food inside the can because it hits the thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to like punch her in the face. She's so annoying. She bitched at me one time too because like like you're crushing the cookies in this plastic container. Look what you did. They've crumbled. Bitch, it's cookies. Like cookies crumble in the packaging. Find me a package of cookies that does not have, the tiniest bit of crumbs in it. It just happens. Like there's a little bit of crumbs.
Additionally, you're shopping at fucking Aldi. What do you expect?
Yeah, they just fall.
Grand Royale special.
These are it's just like, you're so stupid. That's why I fucking hate the register. I can't fucking stand the register.
See,
sometimes.
I could see because when
I can tolerate it for about 2 hours before I start losing my fucking mind.
But I think the way you just explained it, and it makes so much sense now, like why you dislike the register so much. Because for me at Target, the register, you were supposed to be as courteous and polite, and yes, you were supposed to be quick, but you were supposed to be efficient as well. And so you were supposed to offer the customer the best possible experience, equally to making sure that their stuff was checked out in a timely manner. So it's like you were trained how to engage with the customer and keep them happy as they were leaving. Whereas your experience, it's kind of just
get them out as fast as
exactly.
you can.
It's cheap. It's cheap. It's quick. It's got everything you need, but it's the bare bones. And you can't expect the service element as well. They expect no service, really.
They're big on customer. I was told them when it started, they weren't big on customer service. So it'd be like someone's like, "Excuse me, can you help me?" "Yeah, it's over there," and then like turn around and walk away. Like I was like, "Oh shit, I want to work at that Aldi from 15 years ago." They do. And there's other employees that are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like they bow down to these people who I'm a customer and this. I don't fucking deal with that bullshit. Like that's me. I'm talking on I do not fucking deal with that.
However, I would say though that there is that distinction between if you are working in a place like Target, I would say, shut the hell up, Victor. Like if you were telling me this in a different environment, I totally understand your perspective. Just understanding sort of the culture and how they train you and to be fast and quick and all that. But yeah, I'm like, I could not see you in a place like Target. I feel like you would just get so irritated at the customer care part.
I don't give a fuck.
Because it seems like this is like the perfect thing
people,
for you.
I just say hi, and I don't, because I hear other people like, "Oh, did you find everything okay?" Like, I don't give a shit. I don't care if you found everything okay. You either have it or you don't. Like, I don't care.
That is one thing that kind of does irritate me when somebody asks, "Oh, so did you find everything okay?" It's like, well, if I didn't, what are you going to do? Go run over and grab it for me? Like, if you're going to go and run and grab it for me, fine. Ask me if I found everything, because I guarantee you there's going to be one or two things that I didn't find, and I'm pissed off about it.
Yeah.
So you telling me you don't have everything unless you're willing to go out
when they ask, like, "Hey, so do you like working here?" "Yeah, when I get paid." Just give me the fucking credit card. Let's get this thing over with. I'm like, at the register, I'm like all business. Actually, I'm just like all business all the time. But it's funny
business to the front part,
because when I have like a sweet old lady, I'm just like, oh, I love like sweet old ladies, or like just like hot moms, or just like guys that are cool to talk to. Yeah. It's funny because I can sense like, okay, right away I will be like, okay, this cool person's cool. I'm gonna be my defense walls are down. I can be personable.
Yes.
Instead of just business oriented. But the second you say some stupid ass comment like, "Oh, it's $7.60. I forgot my $7 bill at home." Shut the fuck up. Just give me the fucking money. Like, I've heard this shit so many times. Dumbass jokes. Just the amount of idiocy that you're exposed to when you're working in retail.
Yeah.
But it's like fucking A. But I was there today. This is funny. You're going to love this. So I was there today because it's our grand reopening, because the store got remodeled.
Your one on Roosevelt, right?
Yeah, I pull in at like 8:15. The store opens at 9. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's a huge line out the door because it's like the first 100 people got gift cards, and there's balloons, and like the fucking parking lot's full. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I walk in like, all right, let's fucking do this. Like, I'm pissed off already. I'm not genuinely pissed off, but I'm just like, all right, let's, get to the point. And a bunch of district managers are there that don't know shit because they spend 3 months in the store, like the very minimal exposure to the job. So it's like, hey, do you think we can bring the scrubber around and like take care of this? No, because I got so much other shit to do right now, and this is insignificant to the big picture. So no, I can't do that. Just like dumb shit. You know, the type of people who are like the superiors that don't know how it works.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they have a textbook knowledge on how things work.
Yep.
They do not know actually how things work.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, they're like, hey, everyone's putting the till out, and I get this spot that I want. And I'm like, shit, someone else already put their till in. So I'm like, I'm the first register. I'm like, fucking A. I don't want to, right in front where people are coming in. And I'm like, fucking A.
So you get the most traffic.
And they're like, stay at your register. Don't get up and do anything. You're just sitting and waiting because a bunch of people are there. I'm like, fine. But the weird thing is, people end up near the back of the store. So like, registers like 6, 5, and 4 are just like everyone's going in there. Like no one's coming into my line.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, hell yeah.
Nice.
Like no one's ever coming. No one comes over it. So that was like cool. And then this one of the DMs is like, hey, you got your name tag? Like, why don't you go put that on? Like, why don't you go fuck off? I don't wear my name tag because I don't want people knowing my name unless they ask for it. Or if I ask their name, I'll tell them my name. And
what was your response?
I was like, oh yeah, I got it. Dumb shit, like whatever. But then get this, I didn't wear it because I didn't feel like it. But then I recognized this one woman who came up who's very attractive, and I'm talking to her, and I see her enough times where she recognizes me and we talk sometimes, but I don't know what her name is, and I'm just like, hey, what's up? I just smile. So you're just so, I'm thinking to myself, she's just so pleasant to look at. She's so sweet, and then I got up, I got my name tag so that if other attractive women walked in my line, they could just see what my name was.
Oh, man, Victor.
So they go, oh, thank you. So then, because when you know someone's name, you're like, oh, thank you, so-and-so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, no problem. What was your name? Oh, okay. And that's the only reason why I put it on.
Yeah, dude. Players got to play, right?
Yeah, players got to play for sure. But today was like the easiest day at work ever because it was like all hands on deck, and it wasn't as busy as they thought it was, and it was just so easy. I wanted to time. I'm literally sitting in my chair waiting for people to come to the register because normally you get up, you do shit, clean or get bags or whatever. They're like, stay there. We don't want any lines. We want everyone ready. So I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
Talking to other people.
That's nice.
Just sitting down. And after a few hours, it got
are you open?
After a few hours, it got boring, and then I got up and did stuff. But there were donuts and there was some food there. It was cool.
Nice.
It was a good time. And last night, I switched shift with someone because last night I had tech rehearsal for a show. I was originally scheduled to close, but I opened instead. And when our DM shows up, everybody's on edge because she's a control freak. And near the end of the day yesterday, I got out and I was happy. And I guess it turned like it just sucked working at night last night. So I was like, fucking A. I lucked out. And I'm not working tomorrow. And I'm not working on Saturday. And I'm probably going to close on Sunday. So it's going to be like a super breezy grand opening week for me. I'm like not even there for half of it.
That is great. That works out perfect.
Yeah.
So taking a slightly different turn again to Halloween, man. We never got a chance to cover Halloween.
Yeah. Well, I had class on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So like I ate candy, but there was nothing I didn't watch any scary movies. Like it was just another day that went by, and I was aware of what day it was, and I ate some candy. But what about your Halloween?
Well, I have my meeting. That's on.
Oh, that's right.
We only had 5 people. It was very
okay.
Small. But yeah. So trick or treaters. I did not see a lot of trick or treaters out, and maybe it was just me, and I wasn't exactly looking for trick or treaters, and I don't really know what time. I guess they go out.
It's like four. The village says like 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we were on the. I was on the road at around like 6:30 or whatever. I didn't really see anyone trick or treating, but in our area, guess how many over the past, we'll say 15 years, how many trick or treaters we've had?
4.
Yeah, it's like 4. In the past, we get about 1 every 3 years, and we haven't had one for I think 4 or 5 years.
Really?
I don't think we've had.
But you guys are ready. You guys prepared just in case.
They hit the jackpot when they come to our house. We just give them the bowl. We just pour the bowl into their thing, as much candy as they want.
That is so funny.
And we keep thinking to ourselves like, why don't the kids who come that 1 year, once every 3 years, come back, or like spread the word, like, oh, this is a jackpot's house. Like I'm done. Like I don't need to go to the reading anymore, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, like 4 or 5 over a decade.
It's so funny because growing up, the houses that give out the better candy.
Oh,
you
do,
know,
absolutely.
You remember
you know
that
exactly
shit.
where
Yeah.
to go. But I mean, I guess because ours is on the other side of St. Charles and there's no sidewalk there. I mean, that really would be the only reason. But we have decorations up, the lights are on, there's pumpkins. There's always been that sort of we accept
People are here.
trick-or-treaters.
Yes, we are
Like,
waiting for trick or treaters.
Yeah, we put out that opening. Like, I mean, maybe it's because we're farther back from the street too, so there's that creepy vibe as well.
Yeah.
But I've always wondered that that just seems so odd. Our house really seems to be the only one that's missed. We're isolated. We're cut off from the world. I mean, it's kind of.
If you think about it from a kid's perspective, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to be as efficient as possible. Hit
Yes,
every
it
house.
is, absolutely.
So you have to go out of the way to this one house, and you can't really just easily walk next door because it's a lot, and the other side. I mean, there's no if it's cost analysis,
cost benefit analysis. This is why I want to teach my kid how to be business savvy on Halloween, because you play by the rules and go down the same route that everyone else is, you're getting one piece of candy. Mm-hmm. You take those routes less traveled, maybe there's not as good lighting or something like that. You don't see a lot of traffic. You choose those houses. Like you go down the houses on the perimeter, because those are the ones. They know they're not getting a lot of people. They are ready to hand out handfuls of
There
candy.
was one woman on our block growing up. I remember every year she'd pass out. It was either like a nickel or a quarter or something like that.
$2 bills. There was a house that passed out $2 bills. Yep.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
I think growing up,
fucking Glen Ellen.
I think only
in Glen Ellen.
I think only once or this is like an old fashioned thing. I think only once or twice I got like an apple or like a caramel apple. The type when they're like, you don't fucking eat that shit. You do not eat that shit. Wrappers only. Yeah. I think it only happened to me once or twice, and I didn't eat it. Obviously,
we had some stocked one that were sealed.
Yeah.
Ones. I've gotten maybe half a dozen over the years, maybe less.
When I was a kid growing up, I remember my priority of eating all my candy. I was all about bubble gum and chocolate, like the Hershey's or Snickers but then I remember my supply would dwindle down when I'm left with
the Good and Plenty's.
Good and Plenty and
corn.
candy corn, Almond Joy and shit that I wasn't really too crazy about. I'm like, oh fuck, I actually got to start digging through this pillowcase like treasure to find any good pieces.
Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls, yeah, the dud pieces.
The duds.
Yeah.
So okay, because it was actually really interesting. 538 did a survey. 538's a polling company. And so they do polls of all sorts of stuff. They're primarily known for politics, but they do sports and all these sort of analytic data stuff. But they did a survey on favorite candies and least favorite candies. What do you think in the top 3 favorite candies are across America?
I'm gonna say M&M's, Hershey, and Reese's.
It was Reese's the Reese's and then the Reese's Pieces were 1 and 2.
What?
I'm just
you gotta count that as 1. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And I'm not a peanut chocolate kind of guy either, but I think that the third one it might have been Hershey's or something like that. But then the least favorite ones,
Almond Joy.
It was Almond Joy, candy corn.
Candy corn fucking sucks,
elephant,
dude.
Those elephant peanuts. Or
the
marshmallow.
What is up with those?
Peanuts,
yes.
And Good and Plenty's.
Okay.
Were all at the bottom. I love licorice, so I don't know why people didn't like Good and Plenty's, but I could understand those stupid orange marshmallow peanuts. Those things were so gross.
I never understood those. The ones that I really hated were the popcorn ball.
Oh my god, yes.
Because it was really hard,
yep.
And I was like, I'm not having fun trying to eat. I'm not having fun trying to eat this.
I wonder how many people actually thought about that when they were getting it. It's oh, this is such a cool thing to get kids. And it's this is such a pain in the ass to eat. Now I have corn kernels stuck in my teeth for the next 3 days.
There was I saw this web page that different candies or products that are banned in America that are available in Europe or other parts of the world. I think it's toys and candies or something weird like that. And one of them was this. It's this chocolate egg It's hollow, and inside there's like these little plastic toys or pieces, and those are banned in the U.S. because obviously kids can choke on them.
Yeah.
But obviously overseas, they
remember
find
those.
children competent enough not to eat things that are
I had
non-edible.
ones with stickers in them. There were like stickers. It was like chocolate ball.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think they were.
stickers on the
I think they
inside or
were.
something like that.
I think they sold them in the U.S. for like a very short amount of time.
'Cause I remember
and then
those. I used to
and then
get
they
those.
banned them.
I loved
It was
them.
like, yeah, stickers and like little plastic toys or something weird like that.
Yeah.
Another one was like some type of potato gun that like, or some type of, I don't know if it was a potato gun or like
Put
something,
your eye out with that, kid.
something similar that like shot out real fucking fast, like potato gun on steroids or something weird like that.
Air pressure containers.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. But yeah, I definitely wanted a Red Ryder BB gun the second I saw one of those where I never got one.
Yeah, man. It was, and this is sort of the last thing I got. It was just like Christmas supplies. As of yesterday, I saw in the stores.
Yeah, they got the
Gingerbread,
they got the
gingerbread
candy out, yeah, and the
decorations. I'm like,
decorations and all that shit.
Are you effing kidding me? November 1st. We got 2 months of this shit. Like I'm just glad they haven't started playing the music yet. But it's
I mean,
like,
if you think about it, the whole Christmas vibe is about 3 months long.
yeah,
Because
quarter of a year.
people hold on to that shit in January, at least for the first 2 weeks.
Yes, through the 15th is like an appropriate.
Yeah, MLK Day,
time.
it's like, all right, take this shit down.
Yeah, but it's almost 3 months of Christmas season.
I'm fucking done with it. The very next day, December 26th, I want all Christmas shit taken down. Like, let's move on.
See, I like to relish in this.
I can tolerate it up until the new year, but come new year, like, let's just take everything down, please.
Yeah, I would say it's appropriate. It's appropriate to be excited about Christmas in December. Like,
Yes, I agree.
That's about,
I'd say it's completely appropriate to be aware in November. Be aware, make plans.
Yeah,
but
you should not be bombarded with.
Yes.
This is Christmas.
Yeah, I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just reflecting on that. It's like, wow, there's a quick changeover. Everyone's planning for it. November 1st rolls around and we have the changing of the seasons.
But the good thing is I really enjoy fall and I should say like pretty much November through December, like everyone's making food, everyone's baking cookies, everyone's got candy, everyone's got popcorn, everyone's just like so much shit all over the place.
Dude, I have to say,
awesome movies are coming out on Christmas Day around this time, you know what I'm saying? I
a
really
wonderful
love
time of
all of
season.
October, November, December. Like seasons are changing. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
yeah.
Layers.
Layers. That's right. We talked about layers.
Layers.
Yeah, friends and family,
It's just like one thing after another. Pumpkins, apple pie.
Yeah. It can be such a filling season in so many different ways if you just allow it to be.
Yeah.
There is just so much potential for this, and I am so looking forward to 2018. I have to say, 2017, rough year.
I'm already looking forward to spring.
Shut up.
I'm okay with this weather.
I'm gonna embrace this winter with the love of the White Walkers tearing down the wall.
Yeah, we got another year and a half before that comes back up.
All right.
Well,
signing off.
Insert sign off here. Bloop.